Jennifer Piggott voted for Trump in the November election. Then in February, she was fired from her civil service job.
Absolutely, I feel a little bit betrayed.
She was among more than 125 people dismissed last month from the Treasury Department's Bureau of Fiscal Service in Parkersburg, West Virginia.
There's always that back and forth conversation now. It's like, you knew this was coming, but we didn't. Like, nobody that I've talked to understood the devastation that having this administration in office would do to our lives.
No kings, no tyrants, no kings, no tyrants.
The cuts have shaken up a community that overwhelmingly voted for Trump. He won West Virginia with 70% of the vote, one of his biggest victories. But the betrayal felt by Piggott, a church-going conservative and three-time Trump voter, comes as political analysts are examining early signs of a possible backlash in Republican strongholds like Parkersburg, where the government-slashing efforts of Trump and Doge are beginning to hit home.
Elon Musk has basically taken over our government and has calling the shots, unfortunately, it seems to be.
A handful of Republican voters who lost their federal jobs joined Democrats at a recent anti-Doge protest near the Bureau of Fiscal Service offices in Parkersburg. But the federal job losses in the state could soon extend beyond the BFS building, says West Virginia University economics professor John Deskins.
West Virginia is at the very top of the states in terms of the federal workforce as a share of total workforce in the state. So if the federal layoffs happen, if they hit West Virginia, we stand to suffer a disproportionate share when those jobs disappear, when that income disappears, when that spending leaves the state economy.
But in Reuters interviews with 36 workers, business owners, and politicians in Parkersburg, nearly all said that Trump's focus on cutting government spending was a worthy goal. And Reuters Ipsos polling shows Americans' attitude toward Trump are so far essentially unchanged since he began firing federal workers in February. As of this week, his approval rating was holding steady at 44%.
Cutting costs and waste and fraud and. We love that big picture. I love that big picture. My friends, we were excited about that because it is true. But again, I can't help but go back to the fact that what is the decisions that you're making right now solving in the big picture? It just so the concept of voting for that again, voting for Elon Musk essentially to wreck people's lives, I can't do it.
The economic impact of the mass dismissals across America may not be immediately felt. So far, 100,000 government workers have been fired or taken a buyout. Parkersburg is bracing for another round of layoffs, with all government agencies ordered to make plans to cut career staff by March 13th.
KG, if you're out there listening right now, I'm almost certain you probably have caught in wind or gotten wind of this situation right here. Let me tell you something. This might be one of the biggest wake-up calls of the year. And it's only March 10th. And here I am keep thinking that the last or previous Triple P's that I ever do, especially when it comes to what's going on right now, is huge. No, this one is huge because now they are really starting to feel it. They're starting to understand and grasp what we've been trying to tell them for the last year and some change. Yet you have some people online talking about they stand with Trump. Trump can do no wrong. And basically those who exhibit immense displays of blind loyalty every chance and at every avenue. And now you have some of his biggest supporters out here crying the blues and upset because of what's going on. We tried to tell them. We tried to warn them and all this and the third, and now you're stuck with them. And now because of that, we all got to face the consequences of your actions. Like they always say, you get what you vote for. I posted up a meme or a GIF or whatever you want to call it on Twitter the other day. And it was the GIF. If y'all have ever seen the movie Mean Girls, it's the part where Regina George is standing right there in the hallway after she Xeroxes the burn book or whatever that thing was called, and she's just standing there watching in the middle as people go crazy and fight each other because of something said about somebody else, not realizing the whole time she was the one that did it. That I said, this is me right here standing there, watch both sides of the political aisle stand there and look at each other, well, not look at each other, but fight with each other, because basically at the end of the day, I have a view. of seeing from the bench both sides go at it. And now this side right here that we're referring to, they are going through it immensely. They don't know what they're going to do. I mean, it's like every week you look up and look out, there's another person or another set of persons getting fired or laid off or whatever the case may be. So it's like, what else can there possibly be to be said about this besides we told you. And I'm sure Harvey, he's probably somewhere singing his I Told You So song to the best medley that he possibly can sing it to, because they were warned, but all they heard, like I've always said, deportation, economy, DEI. I feel like I'm missing something, but they didn't expect this to trickle down on them because they only heard certain things. I'm like, y'all didn't read the fine print. It might have been written in invisible ink, but y'all were supposed to do your due diligence and you didn't, because you allowed Trump and those around him to say all these things to get you riled up and to say the right things to get you to go to that poll and vote for this man. And now look at what's going on. And this, again, let me just give this disclaimer. This is not saying that Kamala would have been any better. That is not me saying that, because I know somebody out there going to be slick with the mouth and saying, well, are you trying to say that Kamala was going to be better? Shut up. Did I say that? No, I didn't. Be quiet. Because I know someone's gonna internalize and say something just like that. I already know. But yeah, it is what it is. But one thing I really wanted to point out of all of these pictures, and I made sure to leave this one off by itself, is this one. This picture right here. When I saw this towards the end of the video, I laughed so hard and said, this just makes the Triple P for this commentary even better. Keep the sign that this person is holding. Keep billionaires out of government. To the person holding this sign, who is a Trump supporter, holding the sign that says keep billionaires out of government, you do realize that you voted a billionaire into the highest office of the US, being president, Donald Trump. And his co-pilot, Elon Musk, is considered to be the wealthiest man in the world, which means he is a multi-billionaire. And then on top of that, it's probably some other people that are scratching their billionaire status that we may not even know about that's connected to government. So when you say keep billionaires out of office, clearly you don't know what that means, because you put a billionaire into office twice. And you know that. That's why I thought this sign was so funny. And that makes it even more hilarious, because you know what Donald Trump always said. His followers and supporters are uneducated, and he prefers them to be that way. I present to you exhibit A through Z of the uneducated. Just this person right here holding this sign.
Lord, I'm having a heart attack. Damn, this is some scary shit. Oh